So students, we will do the next topic of class 11 BST, that is chapter 2, entrepreneurship. So as you can see here, as I have written in the board behind me, that today we will do the steps. What are the steps which are involved in setting up a business enterprise? As you know, a business company or any organization or enterprise cannot be set up with a single step. So steps involved in setting up a business enterprise consist of various steps or numerous steps. So in all, there are several steps which consist of selecting the line of business, choosing the form of ownership, then proposition of finances, and then provision of physical facilities, then compliance with statutory requirements, and there are several others. So we will discuss all the steps in very detail and bits and parts. So all of you, please listen to the audio clips and watch the video very carefully and attentively. So first step is selecting the line of business. Means the entrepreneur who is going to start a business. The entrepreneur should have a very conceptual clarity, a very good meaning to what the business implies, what the business can undertake. So entrepreneur should have 100% conceptual clarity about the business, about what the business requires. So first of all, entrepreneur has to select the line of business. Means first he has to select the line of business and the type of business. Line of business requires means the nature of business. Nature of business means whether it can be industrial or the trading or of service concern. So entrepreneur first has to pick out from these that industrial business consists that industrial business which comprises of that goods and services. Goods are manufactured there, are produced there, while trading is for doing trading business. Means from the point of production to the point of consumption, the entrepreneur will help in procurement and in distribution. So that is of trading concern. And while service is like giving services, like making the goods available to your doorstep, all types of services. So first, the entrepreneur should be very much conceptual clarity, having that thing that what type of business, what nature of business the entrepreneur is willing to take, whether it's industrial type of business, or it's a service type of business, or it's or industrial or trading or service type of business. Now next factor comes to the quantum of business. Means quantum means how much huge, means type of business, whether it's large scale business, whether it's small scale, or whether it's medium scale. As all of you know, large scale business require large amount of investment, large amount of finances and funds are needed, while on the other hand, medium scale of business require medium amount of money, and while the small scale of business requires small amount of funds. So entrepreneur has to decide all the factors which are vital to the business, so the entrepreneur can invest fund as per the choice, depending on the large scale, medium scale, and the small scale. Now we move to the types of goods and services. Means when selecting the line of business, the entrepreneur has to select which type of goods and services the entrepreneur has to uh, decide. Means the entrepreneur has to decide whether it is fast moving consumer goods, whether it's durables or others. So the entrepreneur has to also decide the types of goods and services, whether it's raw materials, whether it's a full finished product, whether it's fast moving consumer goods, whether it's a durables product, whether it's what do you call technological products, etc. So the entrepreneur has to take This also types of goods and services. Types of goods and services means the business, the business company or organization should be very much clear what type of goods and services they'll do for the business, whether it FMCG or FMCD, whether it's technological products, raw materials. They should have a clear picture. Now the next is nature and source of raw materials. Now the business enterprise has to depend upon from where the raw materials they can get. Raw materials means the material which is very raw, it needs to be transformed into semi finished products and then finished products. So raw material means, I'm giving an example, like take the example of Lay's chips. First, the raw material is that the company has to obtain good onions and then good potato qualities. So first they have to obtain the raw material products. Then they can transform these raw materials, like your onions and your potatoes and tomatoes are required to convert into fries, that is Lays. So first is the process of source, from where they can get these raw materials, means from where the suppliers are there, or who are the suppliers, whether the suppliers are reliable or not, whether they are providing good quality raw materials or not, whether the pricing is good or not. So these are the factors which should be considered. Now the type of technology. Type of technology means what type of technology the company wants to employ, the company wants to make use of, whether it's labor intensive, whether it's capital intensive. It depends upon the company's application and the amount of investment they have and they are willing to undertake. So that is also a factor while selecting the line of business, while selecting the business and setting up a business. Now moving on to the next, that is analyzing and forecasting the profitability of proposed business. First, you cannot set up a business in a haste or in a very become impatient and do the business in a quick. So before setting before setting an enterprise, before launching a business, the entrepreneur or the person who are well versed and well have the knowledge, they should all the assessment, evaluation, judging, determining and analyze the prospects of the business, whether this business will take off, whether this business will garner the sales revenue, whether this business will have the profitability or not. So the this analysis should be done by the experts, by the businessmen who are concerned with setting up a business enterprise. So first of all, the entrepreneur should not be in a hurry and do not become impatient or do not be in a hasty thing that they are going to launch without considering all the factors. So first the entrepreneur has to carefully scrutinize, evaluate, judge and assess all the factors related to the business, and then judge the future prospect, growth of a company, the profitability of the business concern. So all of these needs are the factors which are to be evaluated. Next is operating cost. So operating costs are those costs involved by a business firm while running the activities and operation of the business. Operating costs are those costs while when the business purchase and procures different sorts of raw materials, technologies, your all the factors of production such as labor, material, then the methods, etc. So operating costs are those costs which are involved in running the activities and operations of an enterprise, and these operating cost also leads to the procurement and purchase of different sorts of factors of production such as raw materials, such as manpower, etc. Now next point is that sales revenue. When a business is going to be established, when a firm or enterprise is going to be established, the owner and the experts and the management should decide the profitability, the sales revenue, and the future growth prospect of a company. So, first, they have to obtain all the necessary and vital, relevant, pertinent information about the concerned business, the business that will produce the goods and services, or the trading one, or the industrial one, or the service one. So it has to be evaluated from each aspects, and then they have to find that whether this business will take off, whether this business will have the sales revenue, means the cash inflows daily, and the future growth prospects of a company. So sales revenue, first they have to determine the size of market, whether the market of size is very small and it contains a very few customer, whether the size of the market is very huge and it contains a huge number of customers. So they have to determine the size of market and the product in demand, what products and services are in demand. So first they have to find out the size of the market share, and expected growth rate. So these are the factors which needs to be considered while selecting the line of business. Next is marketing research and survey and product analysis. So marketing research, marketing segmentation, and marketing survey is done by the entrepreneurs and the experts and the professional management team, so as to extract and conduct all the surveys, to extract all the vital informations, pertinent informations about the business idea, about the business product and services, the necessity, the requisite of goods and services, and what are the things which are in demand right now. So marketing survey, marketing research helps to identify the current demand, needs, taste, preferences of the customers, and it helps to bring out the best of the business. So marketing research and marketing survey helps to identify the current demands and the needs, and therefore it helps the business to give out those things, to give out the fulfilling the targets and the needs of customer by providing the concerned goods and services. And this marketing and survey helps a lot because it helps to extract and collect all the information regarding the each sections of society, like the lower middle income, the upper middle income, the higher class society, what are their needs and demands and patterns, preferences, aspirations. So marketing segmentation also helps to divide the society into three classes or more classes, such as your higher classes, elite group of consumers, then middle one, then the low middle class income groups. So this marketing research and survey is carried out to ascertain, to find out the number of customers, whether it's huge or low or a medium, then the location of the customers, whether it is fragmented, whether it is remotely, or whether it is concentrated in one area. So these marketing research, marketing survey, marketing segmentations helps the enterprise to identify, locate their needs, and then give it to back the product and services which can serve as utility, and then earn money from it. So next is product analysis. Now the when an enterprise is being established and set up, so the enterprise has to serve the society by giving the necessity product and services. So while they are giving the product and services, the product and services should match their requirements. Means the product and service should be in the current demand scenario, which should fit the bill, which should fit the utility of the consumers. Like customer is wanting that product, and you cannot give something X and Y product to them. So you should the enterprise should give the exact product to the consumers. Now This product, this product analysis helps to carry out various information such as the product which is in demand right now, the the product quality, how it should have all the features and the quality, the pricing factors such as the objective of the firm, what are the needs and demands and preferences of the customers right now. So this product analysis consists of the quality of the products, the packaging of the product, how the packaging of the product should look like, then pricing policy, distribution channel means it is a channel which connects the it acts as an intermediary agent which connects the from the point of production of the goods and service to the point of consumption. And there are lots of intermediaries or middlemen such as retailers, then wholesalers, then another agent are there which connects all these things. Now, so these are the factors which are need to be considered while selecting the line of business. Now, this is also some factors which needs to be given a consideration, that is expected rate of return and the degree of risk. So whenever a company is being introduced, launched or set up, when an enterprise is being launched, first factor is that the entrepreneur, those who are establishing the enterprise, they want to maximize the profit, they want to have some cash inflows, sales revenue, so as to boost the morale, so as to motivate themselves so that they can further continue the operations and activities. The first they have to think about the expected rate of return, means what the entrepreneur is giving into the business, the amount of finance investing in the business, and what they are getting, means input and output. So the amount of input they are giving in the business should be more than the amount of output, because that is, if they will suffer losses and losses each time, then the business will have to be wound up. So expected return, amount of investment and the risk involved, because risk is an inseparable part, risk is an inherent part which cannot be eliminated from the business totally. It can be really mitigated, or it can be bring down to an extent bit, but it cannot be eliminated. So the cautious entrepreneur and the orthodox entrepreneur cannot have that traits or qualities that they can take the venture, or they are not. So the bold and adventurous entrepreneur, those who are willing to take risk, those who are willing to take risk, and those who are very much sure that the business will thrive and prosper and succeed, they can move. Otherwise, the conservative and cautious entrepreneur, if their capital goes into loss, so they cannot come back from the brink. So first is expected rate of return, means the amount of investment, means for setting up an enterprise, for establishing, for production process of the goods and services, and other all the factors which you have discussed. It needs amount of finances, funds, money. So the amount of funds they are investing, for what purpose the entrepreneur is investing? They are investing for getting a cash inflows, getting profits out of it. So that is known as expected rate of return, means the entrepreneur is investing the capital, means the capital employed. For what purpose they are investing that capital? To get some return as a profit. They can serve the customer by giving them the products and the services which they require, means fulfilling the utility and getting the price. Now next is degree of risk. I have said those entrepreneur who are willing to undertake the risk, means those entrepreneur who are very bold and adventurous type, they can first the entrepreneur has to believe in themselves that they will put all their efforts to make that idea work. So they have to put all the efforts and hard work. So First they have to first should be they have to willfully and able to undertake those risks, because to make a business execute implement all the activities and the amount of investment infused in the business, so there are several factors which needs to be there, and this risk factor is very very inseparable and inherent in the business. It cannot be separated from the business. So nobody can predict that the business will only have profits. It can also incur losses. So there's a full uncertainty which is looming over the business. Now, third factor is the line of business. So the line of business, whether it is industrial or trading or service, it should be chosen very wisely. The entrepreneur must evaluate, assess, judge, determine, evaluate, scrutinize all the aspects, all the factors, keeping in view all the things should be assessed minutely. Then only the entrepreneur should move to the next step. So, line of business chosen must be very optimal, uh, must be very feasible and viable. Means it should be very good to go business idea. It should have all the things which are considered as the factors of production: labor, materials, method of production, technology, etc. All the things and the factors should be kept in purview. All the things, factors should be assessed, analyzed, judged, determined, scrutinized by the entrepreneurs, the panel of experts. Then only they can give up approval or consent, so that this business will move to the next step, because it requires a lot of efforts, a lot of investment funds is there, and all the things like types of goods and services, nature and source of raw materials, all the things should be duly assessed. Now we come to the last, that is, after all the steps, after all the steps are duly abided, duly complied, and duly prepared and fulfilled, after all the steps are complied, fulfilled, and abided by the entrepreneur and the panel of experts, then there is a promoter. Promoter is a person who undertakes the business, who assesses, who evaluates, scrutinizes all the aspects of the line of the business, and after scrutinizing, assessing all the ideas, all the factors, after getting the after carefully studying all the aspects, the promoter comes with the conclusion that the promoter prepares a report. That report is known as project report or feasibility report. So this project report contains the all the ideas, all the major pros and cons, the benefits and the limitations, the merits and demerits of the business. And this project report or feasibility report contains the necessary thing that the business is good to go or the business should be discarded. So this is all the factors like nature, type of business, types of goods and services, nature and source of raw materials, type of technology, analyzing and forecasting the profitability of the business, expected growth rate of return, operating cost, sales revenue, marketing research and survey, product analysis, expected rate of return, degree of risk, line of business, project report or feasibility report. These are the factors or the vital necessary points which should be carefully included while selecting the line of business, and these are the factors of point which should be considered while selecting the line of business. And all of you BST students of class 11, your task is to write down these points at your respective BST copies, and moreover you have to listen to the audio clip several times, watch the video several times, and if you have your BST book, go through the BST book very, very carefully, very, very dedicatedly, and honestly with sincerity. Watch the video several times, listen to the audio clips, and if any doubts arises pertaining to this, do revert back it to me so I can clear your doubts. And one more thing about your homework assignment task. If chapter 1 and chapter 2, you have all of you have to complete writing the short questions and long question answers at your respective BST copies. I hope it is clear to all of you.